The past 2 years, ever since I got a home computer at my house, I've used one animation program to make a bunch of animations in my free time. This program is Source Filmmaker, and all the animations you're seeing on screen are actually ones I've made in my free time, or some I've even uploaded to my actual YouTube channel. But what if you wanted to make something like this? Well, don't worry, my friend, as today I'll be showing you how to use the basics of SFM, so that way you can get your kickstart into this amazing and pretty nice way into 3D animation. So let's learn the basics of Source Filmmaker. Source Filmmaker, also known as SFM, is a 3D animation program released by Valve to the public on June 27th, 2012 for the Valve-exclusive app, Steam. It has been used for Source engine games such as TF2 with Meet the Pyro and Meet the Spy. They also use it for cutscenes for Left 4 Dead 2, Portal 2, and Dota 2. When you first boot up SFM, you'll get a pop-up that asks you if you want to load a session or make a new one. Sessions are just a fancy way of saying a save, so name your animation something that you can remember. Left-click on the big box that says No Map Loaded, and click on Load a Map. Scroll until you find one that sounds good. Unfortunately, there's no way to view the map before it's loaded, so if you wish to know what it looks like, just search the map's name on Google and find some pictures on what the map looks like. After a few seconds, your map will pop up with these two boxes, which are your primary and secondary cameras. Primary will load with your work camera, and secondary will load with no camera. Click on No Camera, and it will switch to Camera 1, which will be the camera your animation will be using. Press the plus sign in the top left. This is where you can spawn lights, cameras for moving shots, models, and particles. Think explosions or party favors. When you click on one of these options, you'll be brought to a pop-up labeled Select MDL File. This is a fancy way of saying, please choose a model. Go to the box labeled Filler and type in the name of a character you would like to use. I'll be using the Scout from TF2, which is already installed to SFM because I have the game. Hold down Control and these dots and wires will appear all over your model. These are bones. And clicking on one of them will either show a wire sphere, 3 arrows, or a sphere with an orange center. For simplicity, we'll just focus on the wire sphere. Clicking on one of the wires will move the bone up and down. It will also leave a keyframe. To move the timeline, click the line and drag it a bit further. Then repeat the process a few more times, and you'll have something like this. Now let's say you don't want to pose. Well, there are 2 other ways, but you might need another Valve game to use one of these. And that is recording. Pressing the circle, hit OK on the pop-up, and you will boot up as the Scout in a third person. You can move and shoot just like you're in the game Team Fortress 2, but when you stop hitting recording, all of your data is saved to a separate model. The other animation is playing a rigged animation. Right-click on the model and then hit Import, then Animation, choose one, and done. You're now ready to export. Or you can just save your work by clicking on File. Then hit Save for saving, and hit Export to export your animation. And you're finished! You've just made your first SFM animation. Now, as I said before, if you want to learn more about lighting, lip sync, or other advanced tricks, please check out the official playlist from Valve. It will teach you all of those things and more. Granted, it will probably be a pretty long watch, but you don't have to watch them all in one sitting. Thanks for watching, and I hope this animation will at least be used by one of you in the audience.